Good evening, everyone. We welcome you all once again to the Jula Football Stadium in the ongoing iteration of Hero I League. Apologies of I League 3 2024-25, and this clashes between SESA Football Academy and the Garhwal Heroes live from the Jula Football Stadium. It has been an exciting battle so far, and it has been an exciting run up until now for both these teams, and they will be hoping to prove a point. Make no mistake, they have business to attend to, they have important proceedings as well in SESA Football Academy. They know that this is their home ground and they will have to make the most of it. And on the contrary, Garhwal Heroes Football Club, they know that they cannot afford to lose a solitary point from here on. They will need all 3 points. And that's a starting 11 for SESA Football Academy. Miran Francis Pereira, Russell Vaza, Omkar Shidgaonkar, Chetan Dabolkar, Kirtikesh Gadekar, Aman Rajbhat, Savlin Fernandez, Saurav Patil, Ronald Camilo Gonka, the captain and the goalkeeper, Akash Amrut Kudnekar, and Tokchom Beckham Singh. And they are playing under the seasoned Charles. And for Garhwal Heroes, they have got Rishi, Mohan Sarkar, Piyush Bhandari, Ian Shanbok, Bufang, Rohan Manar, Pranjay Singh, Vans Kaushal, their goalkeeper, Milan Negi, Sir Joseph Haukif, Sandeep Patra, their captain, and Sonu Haldar. Just a quick correction, Pranjay Singh is the player, and they are playing under Vivek Rawat. Look at the substitutes for SESA. They have got Sanjay Kumar, Rohan Kamble, Sapam Singh, Clive Miranda, Sankalp Sandeep, Sachidanand Lakshman, Velito Rocha, Koiram Hitla Singh, Aryan Ganesh, Shlok Tiwari. And for Garhwal Heroes, they have got Trevino Fernandez, Bharat Mehra, Babua Singh, Rajen Orao, Mustafa Sheikh, Nilim Kumar, Sevin Varghese, Jewel Ahmed Majumdar, Akshat Shaw, and Sanjog Jha. A look at the Group B points table so far, and Dalveer FA right at the top. 3 matches, 2 victories, 6 points. Kerala United 3 matches, 1 victory, 2 draws, and 5 points. Garhwal Heroes next in line, 3 points. If they go on to win this, they can leapfrog Kerala United into the second position. SESA Football Academy, they also have a chance, an outside chance. If they win this, they will be leveling the points with Kerala United. A lot to play for both the sides. This is important. This is a fixture that will need their very best, that will test their mettle, and most importantly, will be demanding the finest of football from both these sides. Just to give you all a quick heads up of the matches so far, Dalveer Football Academy, they started off with a 3-0 defeat against Kerala United in this group, where in another fixture of the same group, SESA Football Academy locked horns with the Maharashtra Orange, and they had a 2-all draw to their name to kickstart their campaign in the latest iteration of the tournament. It was Savlon Fernandez who got the all-important opener for them. Saurav Sharma equalized, and the two captains out in the centre. The match officials, Mr. Nripen Haldar, the assistant referees Aleem Basha and Sunil Kumar, and the fourth official is Irfan Imtiaz Sheikh. The match commissioner, Mr. Sudhir Menon Chambazi. And it's going to be me, Rohit, who will be taking you through this crucial fixture between SESA Football Academy and Garhwal Heroes. And yes, getting back to the matches, SESA had a 2-all draw where a 90th minute strike from Clencio Pinto allowed them to share the spoils with Maharashtra Orange. It was a very close call, and then Garhwal Heroes, they took the yard on the second day and went down fighting against Dalbir Football Academy by a solitary goal. SESA had a rest day on 5th of September. They were Kerala United were up against Maharashtra Orange, and then once again on 7th, Garhwal Heroes took the yard against Maharashtra Orange and secured a convincing 4-3 victory. What a display that was. They actually were trailing at one point in time. Mohammad Khatib opened the scoring and for their opposition, and it was Piyush Bhandari who got them back in the game. Then Khatib's brace threw them in a bit of trouble. And then Prananjay Singh scored an equalizer in the 74th minute. Rohan Manar scored in the 79th minute, and it was Mustafa Sheikh who walked away with the winner despite Pratham Khatnur's strike on the 95th minute. And the SESA Football Academy, on the contrary, they had a 0-0 draw against Kerala United. So obviously a lot to play for both these teams and a lot to look forward to as well. On your frame, attacking from the left to the right, dressed in their signature blue threads, is SESA Football Academy. On your frame, attacking from the right to the left, dressed in their signature yellows, are the Garhwal Heroes. Just to tell you about the current points table of Group B, Dalbir Football Academy right at the top. 3 matches played, 2 victories, 3 goals scored, 4 conceded. 6 points in their favour. Kerala United next in the line. 3 matches played, 1 victory, 2 draws. Still to face a defeat. 5 points for them, 5 goals scored, 2 conceded. Garhwal Heroes, a third out here. And we are underway here. SESA gets us underway at the Dhule Football Stadium. The Sun playing peekaboo here in Goa in the last contest that happened out here, particularly on 5th. It was a combined display of the sun and the rain gods as well. It rained, and at the same time it was radiant, which was a very intriguing spell of the rain gods showcasing. So if Garhwal Heroes, they have a couple of matches in their hands. So if they go on to win this game, they will be leapfrogging Kerala United and will go in level terms alongside Dalbir Football Academy in terms of points. And if SESA Football Academy goes on to win, they will leapfrog Garhwal Heroes and get on level pegging with Kerala United. Despite Kerala United may have the lead unless it's a comprehensive victory, because they have a superlative goal advantage, or a goal difference is what we call it in footballing argot. And Maharashtra Orange, they have already been eliminated. It's a very open table, yet Dalbir Football Academy has one more match to play. A bit of an early charge here from Garhwal FC. All the way from the left, cross comes in, however, not too much avail there. And the danger still lurks large, can be problematic. A bit of a scrappy clearance, eventually taking the deflection as the ball went out of play. And this man out here on your frame, the captain of SESA Football Academy, Ronald Camilo Gonker, had a bit of nervy moments in their last game against Kerala United, but then did hold his fortress to the very end as his team registered a goalless draw, keeping things afloat. There were quite a few close shaves on the goal, and somehow or the other, Gonker stood tall. And here's another opportunity for Garhwal Heroes. They are a team who knows the sticks pretty well and are a very attacking mindset, one of the most attacking teams so far in this edition of I-League 3. And here they come from the right, a decent snatch, a lovely ball forward, a bit of a race and a tussle as well, and eventually it's going to be Garhwal Heroes who will win the contest. And looks like the final touch came from them, allowing a throw-in. Apologies, allowing a goal kick for SESA Football Academy. That pass in the box there. It's Miran Francis Pereira. Miran steers it towards the right here. Aman Rajbhar. Aman still on the ball there. Plays it back to Savlin. Savlin goes forward, knocks it towards that central channel to Russell Vaz. Russell steers it back to Miran Francis. Now all the way towards the left. A decent feint. Good coordination and a fine release forward. Slightly overpowered, will be easy pickings here for Vansh Kaushal under the sticks of Garhwal Heroes here. Could have been a lovely opportunity had that pass been well powered. Aman Rajbhar once again. And a lovely bit of work to leave his marker in a bit of a rut. Cross comes in from Chetan Dabolkar from the right and traded away for a throw-in by Sandeep Patra. And Sandeep Patra, one of the rising sensations in Indian football, definitely will like to add himself in a much more in a much more imposing version out there. And Garhwal Heroes, they have managed to get the ball out of their danger lines. And now it's Gufang trying to go all the way. Has switched it on towards the far right. Piyush Bhandari keeping the ball at his BS. There comes the cross. Opportunity lurking around. Can they keep the ball in play? Well, looks like by the time he could eventually reach, that had already crossed the line, which means it's going to be a goal kick. A good positive start here, particularly for the Heroes. They are looking for that early opening. They know that this fixture is very, very important for them. A victory will take them into that all-important second position. Good work by Sandeep Patra. Steers it all the way back to Vansh. And that will be a throw-in here. Quickly taken for SESA. SESA launches the ball into the box, but well dealt with by the Heroes. From the right, decent footwork. Manages to get past his marker. Nice ball in the mix, but again, taken away. Back with SESA. A few miss passes from the Heroes. Now from the left again, SESA Football Academy. Looks like a threatening opportunity. A bit of a heavy touch. Released it a bit too early there. Didn't wait for that overlap. It was Beckham Singh. Beckham Singh was instrumental in creating all those chances for SESA Football Academy in the last game. Rattled the woodwork once as well. So you have to keep eyes here. If you are a Garhwal Heroes fan, keep an eye out for Beckham Singh, because you won't want him to disrupt your team's flows. It's going to be a it's going to be a goal kick, and Vansh already twice in action today. Not in serious conditions, to be honest. Another long ball. Played forward and a bit of a chase and a slightly delayed clearance, which eventually brought the pressure on them, and that is exactly the kind of trouble that they were trying to elude at all costs. You don't want something like that within just 7 minutes. Nicely brought down. SESA Football Academy trying to control the possession. Garhwal Heroes now through that centre line have lost possession. And a bit of a yank from the back, which will allow a free kick here to SESA Football Academy. There was a foul on Russell Marian Vaz, another experienced player in the likes of SESA. And obviously it goes without saying, I think players like Russell and players like Miran Francis Pereira, they are the ones who've been long stays, who've been mainstays with the side for a while now. Back to Russell again. Francis from the left. Ball stays with SESA. That's a poor pass. Missed passes will have to be reduced, or else the troubles will only be invited. That's a lovely ball onto the far left here. A long chase. Sonu Haldar does well to keep it under control. A bit of step overs and a lovely outside dodge. There comes the cross from the left, and the deflection along the way traded away for a corner. An early warning sign, an excellent release out there. The idea was to try and find Ian Shanbok Buffon in the box. Sadly enough, before he could reach, the deflection came through. Good defending, good alert defending, but then they'll have to be careful if you're trying to steer the ball in a direction like that. Nonetheless, Piyush Bhandari on the corner kick. An opportunity for him to launch it in the mix. There comes the corner, and a well-taken corner. But it looks like there was a bit of foul play involved while the corner was taken. A bit of push out there, and the referee blowing down the whistle, allowing a free kick in favor of SESA. And SESA from the left. Francis again. Francis squares it off towards the right. Aman. Aman does well. And their captain is a... it was a tussle between Omkar and the captain of Garhwal Heroes, Sandeep Patra. Ball back for Heroes once again. Now through the central channel they arrive. Slowly and steadily. All the way back to the goalkeeper. Vansh. Vansh sends it down. An aerial tussle to the ball. Another long ball all the way back to Vansh. Vansh to Sandeep. Sandeep to Vansh. They'll have to use the dimensions as well. They'll have to try and stretch the defensive dimensions out so that they can create a bit of space for themselves. Now coming in from the right. A bit of a push, and eventually he'll be ousted of possession. Ball falls back for SESA once again. And now SESA can go forward in the pursuit of that all-important goal. Aman Rajbar. Aman plays it back. Now to Francis. Francis steers it to Russell. Russell does well to keep it away from his counterpart Rohan Manar. Back to Francis again. Francis sends it forward, hoping for that long ball. And Sandeep Patra, he won't make any mistake. Heads it safely into the hands of Vansh out there. And Vansh will take his time, because this has been a pretty feisty encounter, at least for the first 11 minutes. Both the teams, they have come forward. They have knocked on each other's doors. Bit of a slip up for Vansh, but nonetheless he's cleared his lines. Back with the Heroes once again. Another long ball for the far right. Nicely kept. Holding on Sandeep Patra, and eventually will win a corner for his team there. Was it Sandeep? Looked like it was Piyush Bhandari actually who was in the act. And it's going to be Sonu Haldar with that corner kick. An opportunity for the Garhwal Heroes to secure an early opener. Something to throw SESA Football Academy in a bit of pressure. It's maybe a short corner taken. One on the ground. Eventually they have decided they'll whip it into the mix. Quite a flatter corner. And gets blocked by Buffon. And now ball's fallen back for SESA. They try to hit the opposition on a break. But again, very good defending, very compact defending, a sliding tackle, eventually closing down the gates. That's what you really like to witness it time and time again, not allowing even an iota of space, even an inch to your opposition. This is nicely done, and a fine release onto the far right. This can be trouble brewing on the horizon. Savlin Fernandez. Savlin taking his time, trying to get inside the box, waiting for help to arrive. Squares off Omkar. Omkar lets one fly, but could have been better. Couple of corners already for the Garhwal Heroes, and Omkar just a few moments ago, will take a look. Nicely took the ball and wanted to steer it away from his markers. If he would have been on target, could have been a bit of a challenge here for Vansh. But then he definitely missed his mark, resulting in a goal kick for the Garhwal Heroes. And the idea was right. He wanted to try and release Sonu Haldar on the left, but he needed a bit more powerful of a pass. It was miscued, to be honest. Another long ball. It eludes everyone. And SESA Football Academy. And that may be a free kick. And I think that is what they are trying to refer to. Chetan Dabolkar, he was brought down, but the referee says that was more of an entanglement. And he lost his shape as well. He never really looked like in competition for the ball. And the flag goes up, which means the Heroes will have to return empty-handed from another foray into the opposition box. They'll take their time, and that is all that is needed. Just slowing things down. Merin Francis Pereira once again, all the way back to Ronald Camilo Gonker. Couple of passes between them. Gonker waiting. Back to Francis again. Francis switches flanks. Plays it to Saurav Patil. Saurav has options in Aman on the right. However, he steered it back to a skipper. And now Francis finds Russell in that central role. And that's another long ball. It's a long race. Aman Rajbar trying to latch onto it. He's on a tussle out there. He is being marked and guarded by Sandeep Patra, the opposition skipper. Finds a bit of space out here. Russell Vaz, he's come a long way forward. Saurav Patil sort of switches flanks towards the left. Short passes again. And they have decided to send it all the way back to Rwandan. Saurav again. Saurav sends a long ball forward. This can be a decent delivery if he's able to control it. Chetan Dabolkar, he does well. Waits for help to arrive. Omkar on the ball. Omkar squares off Russell in a much more central role now. Another forward ball. Now from the left here. Can we see a potential cross coming in? Creating space. Twisting and twirling with the ball, and eventually releases it for a player who was behind him. Now through that center channel, and Aman Rajbar with a very emasculated effort. Could have been much better, could have been a lot more precise. He had a lot of space ahead of him, so maybe he could have taken a step forward. And a quick word of acknowledgement stating that that shot was kind of premature. Could have been better, could have been miles better. It's going to be a goal kick at this point in time. And Vansh, he will take away a few seconds just to slow down the tempo. Sandeep Patra squares off to the player on to the far right. Small short passes. Good ball forward. And a bit of a overpowered shot as well. That will take possession away from the Heroes. Back with SESA. SESA has looked a lot more composed in the last 5 to 6 minutes. They have come together as a unit, and that's exactly what they are relying upon. The Heroes, they had a very feisty start to this encounter. Aman Rajbhat. Aman does well. And now Aman through the central channel, shuffling. And that's a brilliant release out there. This can be trouble brewing from the right. Chetan Dabolkar goes for the cross, and Sandeep Patra does a phenomenal job of keeping that away, trading it away for a corner. A lovely release from the right. I think he needed to buy a few more seconds for those couple of attackers from SESA to eventually make their mark inside the box. Not entirely sure. Looks like SESA has already got a change on, and we'll have to take a look whether that is the case or not. We'll quickly confirm. For now, however, it's a corner, and Omkar Shedgaonkar is going to go ahead and flip that in to the box then. There comes the corner, floated in at a lot of distance. Danger's not over though. Could have been trouble. And failing to keep that in play. He wanted to go for that acrobatic volley, but again, kind of got too early into the act in order for that bicycle kick or that acrobatic back volley, the overhead kick that we call it. You need to be precise. You need to time that leap of yours to perfection. You need to get behind the ball, position yourself perfectly before you can actually strike. An inch of an error, an iota of an error, and you won't make hay with that. All the way back to Rohan Al Camilo, taking their time. Saurav Patil, Saurav looking for options. Apologies, now it's Saurav. Saurav plays it back into that central channel again. Switched away towards that left wing. Now taking their time, coming one step at a time from the left. Another cross sent forward and straight to the goalkeeper Vanch. No pressure on him, and he'll comfortably release out here towards that far left. Mohan Sarkar, he is being dispossessed, and that's another lovely ball forward, but Vanch had his own citadel covered. And now Sandeep Patra with a quick back flick. Another long ball. This can be a lovely opportunity, but then good outing here from Rohan Al Camilo Gonkar. He was in position, and that was very, very important. Here's another opportunity. Long range comes in, but takes a hit of a defender and eventually veers off its actual path. Savlin Fernandez taking his time. I'll steer it back here to Saurav. Francis Pereira. Miran Francis Pereira. Another long ball, and the referee blowing the whistle. Looks like there was a without ball tackle. Referee for the day, Mr. Nripain Haldar, one of the known faces in the Indian footballing circuit, and also knows that off-the-ball tackles are not really well received. Ball possession, Garhwal Heroes 51%. SESA Football Academy 49%. Fine ball on to the left. Takes their time, not really rushing through. Good work. Keeps the ball with them, looking for a bit of space. Sends it further forward, straight into the safe hands of Vanch. He won't make a hash of affairs. Vanch wanted to try and knit it into the stride of the player up front. Would have been a lovely chance, to be honest. On to the far right. The game has slowed down. The tempo has kind of fallen. And that's a cheap concession. This can be a lovely chance coming in all the way from the left. SESA once again taking their time. Tokchon Beckham Singh this time fails to capitalize and eventually lets the possession, lets the control of the ball slip. Vanch just asking his players to go forward. He knows that it's always better to not try and keep the ball in your own half if you're not confident enough. Right now he'll prefer a long goal kick try and launch it downtown. There he goes. The ball bobbing off each other. Once again, nicely kept in. And here's Saurav Patel as a Haukip. Haukip sends it back to Vanch. Vanch, a bit of a forced clearance, but actually quite a powerful one. And here they come from the right again. Going to be a throw-in. Mohan Sarkar will take the throw-in. Takes it quickly enough. Back to Mohan, and Mohan steers it further forward. A bit of a duel out on the left. Rohan Manar was out there, but plays it all the way back to Roanil Camilo Gonkar. And he will knit it back. Yeah, a substitution has happened. Looks like Rohan Uttam Kamble has come on for SESA Football Academy. And now coming all the way from the right, Aman Rajbar, he's got a decent bit of speed up his sleeve there. There comes the cross and a header, and well taken by Vanch. It was a bit too far away. Lovely opportunity, but I think what would have been better is if you would have played a grounder. And now all the way from the left, bursting in is Sonu Haldar. Sonu Haldar trying to get past his marker, does exceedingly well. There comes the cross, and that's the opening goal. It's taken a deflection along the way, and Garhwal Heroes have found that all-important opener. Sonu Haldar, he was threatening time and time again, and this time coming in from the left, did a brilliant work of taking it away from the defender, and despite a bit of a stutter, he regained control and let one fly. And before Roanil Camilo Gonkar could have done anything, there you go, a sharp and a thick deflection, rattles the inside post and gets into the back of the net. A screaming finish. And Garhwal Heroes, they started the game on a pretty feisty note. And after a brief moment of lull, they have managed to open the scoring here. That's the kind of football that you really want to witness out here. Goals is what Garhwal Heroes are known for, and SESA Football Academy now have a lot more difficult task to take care of. A decent bit of work. Releases the ball onto the far left. A bit of a challenge. And the referee blowing the whistle, awarding a free kick in favor of SESA Football Academy. They've just conceded. And I think a bit of argument going on between Ripe and Haldar and Rishi. But the referee is not going to listen to any of it. Let's take a look. Well, the first touch from Rishi was actually clean. The second one, however, is what led to the trouble. It's a challenge on Akash Kudnekar. And it's a substitute, Rohan Uttam Kamble, who's actually going to go ahead and take the free kick. Has been sent in pretty early. Sends it into the box, will fall back for Rohan, and Rohan will let it slide for a throw-in. Could have actually kept it in, could have kept the move going, because ideally you lose a bit of momentum when you let the ball go away from you. It makes no sense. Could have been a much better crossing opportunity. That's a lovely ball there, and a very tricky release was attempted by Mirren Francis, but sadly enough the ball was intercepted. Danger's not over. SESA Football Academy continues to galore in the opposition box. They continue to frequent the attacking third time and time again. That's decent defending, kept their eyes on the ball, didn't really rush through. That's what you'd like to witness. A bit of a false alarm there for Savlin Fernandez. Savlin plays it a lot more central now. Switch towards that left. They have used the wings pretty well so far, SESA Football Academy, but they will have to get that final pass in play. They actually created quite a few decent chances and the positive ones as well. But if you're unable to finish, if you're unable to execute them, then definitely it's going to be a tricky question mark. Russell Vaz towards the right. Aman Rajbar. Aman looking for support. Aman plays it back to Saurav Patil. Sort of switches it to Miran Francis. Russell Vaz again. Russell sends it back to Ruanul Cameo Gonker. Gonker to Saurav. Saurav launches it forward. Vansh a long way out of his line. Heads it to safety. That is very good goalkeeping here. And a bit of a hurried release. If he could have kept the ball and then released it after seeing his player going for the run, it would have been a much better option. Sadly enough, that was not the case, and hurried release eventually leaving the player caught in an offside trap if he would have actually made the run. So he was forced to stay back. SESA. And a couple of high boots. Referee not really happy with that. Blowing the whistle. And looks like it's going to be a water break as well. And as things stand at the half-hour mark, Garhwal FC, Garhwal Heroes FC has a 1-0 cushion. A very slender cushion, but a cushion nonetheless. And they will really like to build on that. They will like to try and find the insurance goal. Because a 1-goal cushion, as they say, is never really safe. 4 shots coming in already from SESA, one of them on target. 1 shot from Garhwal Heroes, and that found the back of the net. It's a pretty hot and humid day here in Goa. Obviously, it goes without saying that it can be a major challenge. It can be, that is one of the reasons why the drinks break is being given, so that players remain hydrated at all costs. Ran a long ball in the box, and that will eventually slip out. So no problems whatsoever. 31 minutes on the clock, and again, it goes without saying that there will have to be both the teams will need to be a lot more active. Garhwal Heroes, I think they kind of scored against the turn of the play, if truth be told. But then SESA Football Academy, they always have to be careful because this is what they do. This is what Garhwal Heroes do. You give them one shy end goal and they will switch it in their favor. It's as simple as that. Saurav Patil. And now Aman Rajbar speeding past his marker. And eventually a bit of foul play involved, a slight push there from Joseph Haukip. Aman Rajbar asking Saurav to do the honours of the free kick. Steers it away to Miran Francis. does well to elude this marker. Sonu Haldar, the goal scorer, does well to send that ball forward, and Bufang releases the ball in the box, and that can be the second goal, is it? No, an excellent save there from Roanel Camilo Gonker. A picture perfect dive, ensuring the fact that no further damage was done. But the defense, it needs to be a lot more alert and active. They were caught napping for the second time. Sadly, it couldn't really get into the back of the net, and that is because of the goalkeeper, the captain. But with a defense like this, that almost disintegrated in no time whatsoever for the chance to be created in the first place. You are always under the pump here. And now Garhwal Heroes, they are looking a lot more threatening. Now the referee blowing the whistle, awarding a free kick here in favour of SESA. And SESA suddenly under the pressure here, and a quick word, a quick warning for Yashan Bok Bufang. A lovely chance, and Rohan Manar couldn't believe it that he failed to capitalize on that. Should have been 2-0 by now. That was the second shot on target, and should have been the second shot in the goal as well. And here comes SESA from the left. And kudos to Roanel Camilo Gonker. Had it not been for him, it could have been some tremendous trouble for the men in blue here, SESA Football Academy. And SESA, gentle chip into the box. Defender comes close enough. Heads it to momentary safety. Aman Rajbhar keeps it in play. Russell Vance was trying to get the ball into the stride of the player on the far left. And somehow or the other, he couldn't really. It was most likely Akash Kudnikar who was out there in the left. We'll try and confirm it later. Throw in at this point in time for Garhwal Heroes. They will be happy with how things have gone so far, and they have got that job done already. They have an opening goal, but as history would have it, in their last game as well, they had a bit of challenge keeping that one goal cushion, but they have goal scorers altogether. That's the best possible thing in their side. Throw will have to be retaken. There were two balls inside the box. That can't be the case. Coming in from the right now. Can this be that opening? A nice release forward, and finally, after a bit of a scare, good goalkeeping there from Vansh. May have taken a hit on his fingers, and that is exactly what Sandeep Patra is trying to point to. An excellent run on the far right, and almost teed off his teammate Savlin Fernandez. But while they were trying to receive that, I'm not entirely sure. Most likely they must have caught the fingers of Vansh out there. Ideally, in situations like these, you have to be careful. Bit of a discussion there going on between Sandeep Patra, the referee Nripen Haldar, and definitely Vansh. I think they understand the importance. And now Garhwal Heroes again from the left. Tries to take a long ranger, but it was off target. And it has started raining here in Goa. And this is one particular moment where the game takes A bit of a difficult turn for the players as well, because ideally with the rain pouring down again the last day, it rained as well, but then it kind of was momentary. It came and it went, it came and it went. It was 5 minutes of a break between rain and a bit of sunshine as well, but now it's pouring down. That's what Goa rains are like. When it rains, it pours. All the way back to Bunch. Plays it forward. Does well to twist and turn and will go out of play. Throw in. Sonu Haldar is going to take the throw in here for Garhwal Heroes, is it? No, he's passed the ball to Mohan Sarkar. Mohan steers it further forward. Bit of a heavy touch. They'll have to be careful now because given the fact that it's raining, the ball may skid. A lovely cross in the box there and could have been a sensational finish as well. A chance. And that goes begging. And once again, the defenders caught napping, absolutely unmarked. A free header taken. And chances like these will have to be converted. Danger once again. Hammers the woodwork. And time again, the Garhwal Heroes are firing the warning shots for SESA Football Academy. And now from the right, a bit of a tussle and they'll eventually lose possession. This could have been a real threat. And now coming in all the way from the left there. Let's take a look at the shot there. Rohan Camilo Gonkar, he was beaten. It was almost a bullet strike. But sadly, it didn't have the precision to rattle the inside post. And as we mentioned, 5 minutes of the rain coming down heavily. And then once again, it goes for a break. 5 minutes of regulation time remaining here in the first half of the contest. And at this point in time, the scoreline still in favor of Garhwal Heroes. They are looking a lot more menacing now. They are letting those shots fly and SESA will have to be careful. That's another fine release. Sonu Haldar will have to rush. But sadly enough, he wasn't quick enough. And now SESA, desperate to latch onto the ball from the left. But it was not going to be the case. And now, once again, the Heroes from the right, crossing the box. Can he keep it under control? Does well to do so. He has help as well. That's good That's very good chemistry between the players. Another cross can be trouble, but Rohan Camilo Gonkar does well to leave his position and collect that without breaking a sweat. Quickly launches it, and a very good and a very quick close down as well. On the way back to Bunch. There's another long ball from Bunch. And that will go out of play. Throw in. At this point in time here for Aman Rajput. Aman sends it all the way back to Saurav. Saurav to Rohanal. Rohanal to Francis, Mirren Francis. Played further forward to Rohan Kamble, and that's another lovely ball. And they eventually go around, not really. The ground is heavy at this point in time, so the ball's going to skid every single time you take those long ranges, unless you're able to control it. The ball will only keep on popping away. Here's a chance. Here's an opportunity. Coming in from the right. Does well. SESA will have control of the ball. And SESA now from the right releases this forward. That can be a lovely release and a lovely opportunity as well. And it's going to be a corner here. Chetan Davolkar, he can be a real menace. And he has been one who has kept the Garhwal heroes, defenders, on their toes at all times. Corner here for SESA Football Academy. Omkar Shetgaonkar once again soaked to the bone after that heavy bout of rain. And there comes the corner. Very well taken corner, but good defense as well. Another long ball in the box, and that was slightly haywire. The possession's fallen back for SESA. And SESA under a bit of pressure out there. High press football is a pressing football there from Garhwal Heroes, and that will go out of play, is it? And the offside flag has also gone up, which means a free kick in favour for the Heroes now, in favour of the Heroes. And it looks like the referee is going to take the card out of his book there. So a yellow card is being shown, possibly for time wasting, is it? A long free kick taken. Then to chip towards the right. Garhwal Heroes do well to capture possession for themselves, just outside the box, which kind of spells danger and doom for SESA. Still keeping the ball under control, and it's a very stern duel. And eventually, at the end of the day, SESA will have to take that initiative of getting the ball out of control, which means a throw in. A throw in favour for the Garhwal Heroes. Taken 4 minutes of additional time at the end of the first half. They've already crossed 45 minutes. That's another cross in the box and a glancing header, but that wasn't the best of headers that you would see today, at least from the Heroes. And that's the confirmation. Rishi from the Garhwal Heroes have been booked, most likely for time wasting. Another ball forward and not the best of touches. Punch to Rishi. And Rishi with a slightly miscued attempt to try and capture the ball. Sends a long one. That's a decent bit of interception, but the ball falls back for SESA. And once again, this time Garhwal Heroes doing them the favour. They did the interception. And otherwise, what could have been an incredible delivery out there for the player, released onto the far left. A short passes once again between Merin Francis and Ruanal. Camilo Bonker sends it downtown. It's a long race. Aman Rajbar is it? Can he latch onto it? Yes, he does well to keep the ball in play. And now looking for support, goes for that outside dodge. There comes the cross. Danger looming large, and yet no one from SESA Football Academy could actually capitalize on that chance there. And now another long ball, hoping to create a counter-attack, but straight to Luanel Camillo Bonker. And now some decent box-to-box and feisty, nerve-rattling box-to-box action here. And now coming in all the way from the left again, SESA Football Academy. They need to perfect their releases. They have actually been phenomenal on the wings, been buzzing. They have created one chance after the other. And the bunch will easily pick that up without breaking a sweat. Does well to collect that. Keeping it from the left. SESA Football Academy will regain possession. Another long ball. We've seen a lot of long balls being played today. Sonu Haldar taking his time, launches the ball, lands onto his back there. And that will go out of play. And now a few passes hither and yon. Trying to release a player on the far right, but will be stalled in their tracks. Final 10 seconds remaining of this first half. It has been a very active and a very lively encounter, to be honest. And that is how we'll come to the end of it. A decent battle of two teams putting up their best foot forward. And that's the halftime score. Sonu Haldar, the only goal scorer so far, with a strike against SESA Football Academy. Took a deflection. And the second half will have lots and lots to play for. Look at the highlights of what has been an enthralling first half of football. Both the teams showing their grit, and a bit of early warning signs fired from the Garhwal heroes. Had a bit of luck as well. A few shots went flying. SESA came close as well. SESA was mighty close, and this was another ambitious attempt to try and go for that overhead kick. And Vansh pulling off a few critical saves. And this is the moment of reckoning. Sonu Haldar, with a stunning strike, took a deflection along the way and went into the back of the net. Should have been done better, but nonetheless. And SESA didn't really give in. They fought. They fought as much as they could. And then when the rain came down, lashing and blasting all together. And a quick look at the shots already. 47% ball possession for SESA Football Academy, 53 for Garhwal Heroes. 4 of them on target for SESA, 6 of them on target for Garhwal Heroes. 1 shot on target for SESA, 2 of them on target for Garhwal Heroes. And definitely 1 save each. A couple of corners for both the teams. 6 fouls for Garhwal Heroes and 1 foul for SESA Football Academy. And at the end of it all, the scoreline, Garhwal Heroes 1, SESA Football Academy 0. Stay tuned everyone, we'll return shortly with the second half of this contest. Welcome back, everyone, for the second half of the contest. This has been a pretty feisty battle of two teams who mean business, and both the teams they actually have a long way to go forward. Truth be told, and that is exactly what their coaches must have also said. Particularly SESA Football Academy, they started on a brilliant battle, but somehow or the other has kind of dampened ever since they conceded that goal. And now attacking on your frame from the left to the right. Dressed in their signature yellow is the Garhwal Heroes. And attacking on your frame from the right to the left, dressed in their signature blue, is SESA Football Academy. 45 minutes on the clock. And Garhwal Heroes, they have snatched the ball away. This can be another dangerous move here. Does well to control that and looking for an opening, but somehow or the other, it has been snatched away. And here's another long ball and a long chase as well. Decent body shielding from Garhwal Heroes, and they will get it out of the danger zone only momentarily. And SESA Football Academy may have an opportunity coming in from the left. Releases it as well. The cross comes floating in, and it's a overpowered cross, and that will go out of play. It's going to be a goal kick. Now, these kind of opportunities, they will have to be taken with arms wide open. You cannot really give in. You cannot really allow there's another long ball launched. And now this can be an opening here for the Heroes. Pushed it slightly on the far right. If he could have kept it in the central, if he could have kept it in that central channel, Piyush Bhandari. Piyush plays it back to Milan Negi. Milan sends it forward, but then it was overpowered. No one was reaching that. Now back with SESA. Bit of a touch there. And that's a lovely bit of work. Space ahead of him. Shot comes in. And goes begging. Fine strike there from Prananjay Singh. He's found the back of the net once. And a meaty hit will eventually take it out of equation. Now the ball onto the far right. Now launches it there. A bit of a hurried exchange happening, which is allowing SESA Football Academy to get a grasp of the things, to get a grasp of the current situation. Now quickly taken. The ball in the box there, headed to safety. Then a nice ball onto the far right. SESA will take their time. A bit of a miscued delivery this time. Could have been better. Mirren Francis squares it off. A bit of high pressing football now from Garhwal Heroes, and that's exactly what is leaving SESA pretty rattled right now. Their defenders are under the pump. They know that if they are unable to get the ball out in time, it can be a serious challenge. And looks like there has been a bit of knock on the back of that player. Will quickly confirm who is it. Who is down? It possibly is the waist that took the blow. And again, football being a body contact game, injuries like these are extremely common. There's not much you can do about it. The only thing that we can do is just hope that everyone's hunky-dory. A bit of a hold-up for the time being. another long ball, a bit of a 50-50 contest. And a later start there from Ronald Cameo. Could have been real trouble for SESA Football Academy. An early start would have given him the clear-cut advantage. This is where they will have to be very, very careful. They cannot allow the opposition to storm in. They cannot allow the opposition to storm through the gates so easily. Because the Heroes, we already know that you give them an iota of an opportunity and they can turn it into absolute madness. And Mirren Francis not really happy with the decision throw in favor of the Heroes. Yeah, taken. They do well. Coming in all the way from the right is Piyush Bhandari. Piyush plays it back. Now Milind Negi. Milind goes for a long cross and the captain will collect that without any trouble whatsoever. SESA knows that they will have to find that equalizer at the earliest. The more delay they do, the more time they lose. And this time the referee blowing the whistle. Looked like for a moment that the Heroes may have a clear-cut opportunity to try and break free. But eventually the referee, sensing a bit of foul play, awarding a free kick here. In fact, it's a free kick for the Garhwal Heroes, and he could have given a bit of advantage out here because they were clear on goal. So maybe he could have taken that extra second. Ideally, in situations like these, the referee should be taking an extra second. Joseph Hauke for the Heroes. He was the man injured, and that's a lovely delivery. And Joanel Cameo Gonkar, he was out of his line and almost jeopardized his entire defense. A phenomenal leap from Milind Negi, but couldn't just keep that on target. They'll have to be very, very careful about what they are doing right now. SESA Football Academy, they cannot allow so many infringements already. It's looking risky and it's looking very, very edgy. SESA Football Academy, their defense has previously shown a few breaches hither and yon, and now it looks like those breaches are turning into full-blown crevasses, and that has to be plugged. As simple as that. If they have to stop the Garhwal Heroes from continuing to attack, they will need someone who can actually play that leader, that general in defense, like the way Sandeep Patra has done for the Heroes out here. And now coming in from the right, SESA Football Academy, a bit of a heavy touch, and that is exactly what will allow Sandeep Patra the opportunity to close down the space. The first touch was decent, the second touch kind of knocked it over. And Sandeep, he won't need a second invitation to close down the gap. Goal kick now in favor of the Heroes, 52 minutes in the clock. Still 38 minutes of regulation time to go. Ample time for SESA Football Academy to try and get that equalizer and even go for the win as well. But for that, they will need to be composed, and for that, they will need their defense in a piece. Their defense right now is relying on scraps at this point in time. And now from the right, the Heroes come knocking on the doors again. Prananjay Singh. Prananjay launches one into the box, straight into the hands of Camilo there. Ronald Camilo. SESA now goes downtown. A duel on the right, eventually won by the SESA player. And a lovely ball set into the box. A lovely color with that inside part of his boot there from Beckham Singh. And a full-blown dive from Vansh. What a strike that would have been had that been on target. And that's the kind of intent, that's the kind of urgency that SESA will have to show when they are up against the Garhwal Heroes. Because the Heroes will come at you all guns blazing. The Heroes, they have very good attackers and marauders in their units. So you cannot really allow them that free space going forward. It's back to the Heroes again. It's back to SESA, apologies. Mirren Francis and Rohan Uttam Kamble playing a decent bit of build-up there. Back to Rohan again. Rohan steers it towards the left now. Akash Amrut. Kudnekar. Good release forward. Taking his time. Omkar Shadgaonkar looking for support. Omkar plays it forward. Not the best of coordinations here. Russell Vaz once again. Higher up the echelons. From the right. Long cross in the box there. And Sparsh using his highs. This can be trouble. Sparsh is still down. And the referee has blown the whistle to award a free kick there to SESA. And it could have been actually catastrophic if they would have got a clear shy at goal, because Sparsh was down. The entire goal was unguarded. I mean, he landed on his neck and it can be agonizing. And then Sparsh quickly realizing he had to get back up at all cost in case if a shot came flowing in. But now he's gone down onto the ground again to receive a bit of treatment, and a lovely opportunity for SESA Football Academy to try and draw themselves level in what has been a pretty active, in what has been a pretty open second half so far. Vansh Kaushal, he's been a reckoning force. Under the stakes, almost unbreachable. An interminable wall, casting a shadow of precarity in the minds of SESA Football Academy. That chance there, that is exactly what SESA should be banking upon. That's what can get them the all-important equalizer. They'll have to keep on going as hard as they can. Try and show you the attacks if possible. I think that was a very good move, and again the back at the neck, it can be really sensitive and it can also be very, very risky, because ideally that's the cortex. So but that being said, if a player gets hurt out there, it can also lead to a bit of concussion as well, and that's exactly what they won't want right now, particularly one of their best players, to be honest. A bit of a brief hold up out there. Another long goal kick taken. And now the Heroes once again on the lookout. Looks like they have had a substitution. Will quickly confirm who's the player who's come out into the center. It is Mustafa Sheikh who has been brought on by the Heroes. And he's replaced Piyush Bhandari. Piyush Bhandari has gone on a couple of individual bursts of brilliance, and now a bit of a push there from the left. Good work to keep the ball in control by Thokcham Beckham Singh. Rohan Kamble on the ball, Miran Francis. A decent bit of exchange and a fine ball forward. This can be trouble brewing on the horizon. Here SESA once again on the lookout, and it won't be much of a problem out there. Vansh will collect that comfortably enough. 6 shots on target from SESA, 6 shots taken and 2 of them on target for SESA. 8 shots from Garhwal FC and 2 of them on target. So both the teams, when it comes to finding the frame of the goal, haven't really been successful enough. 2 shots each on goal. However, the number of shots taken, that is pretty decent. That is kind of a testimony out there to tell you that yes, this game has been live and this game has been bustling altogether. Free kick awarded here in favor of the Garhwal Heroes. And it's their captain, Sandeep Patra. He's had a busy day today in the office and he's done well. He's done phenomenally well every single time he's come out defending. That has been absolutely brilliant. And you can take a look at the sky. It's pretty dark out here. So at any point in time, it can start raining again. Once again, a quick burst of showers, followed by a brief lull. But then the last day in Dilla Stadium, it was a mix of sunshine and it was a mix of rain as well. But today, however, it has been dark, gloomy skies altogether, overcast situations, overcast conditions rather. And we have seen one bout of rain already. Once again, lasted for just 3 to 5 minutes, and it was more than enough to left the players soaked to the bones altogether. Now SESA trying to come in, trying to create something all the way from the back, and the high pressing brand of football from Garhwal Heroes is what has left them on their toes as well. Their defense has a lot of space getting created right now. Can SESA Football Academy actually capitalize on that? Akash from the left, cross comes floating in. Again, a pretty lackluster and a haywire cross. That will go out of play. And it's starting to pour again in Dula Stadium in Goa. We were talking about this. And that's exactly what it will soon start bolstering itself. It will get harder and harder, making the players quite uncomfortable. Because when it buckets down in Goa, it's not the easiest of bouts to deal with. But then, as they say, when we were kids, we would love playing in the rain, particularly football. I mean, that was one of the best moments for us. But when you're playing professionally, it's a different ball game. It's not just about enjoyment. You also have to think about the upcoming matches. You also have to think about any chances of injury, because you can't afford that. While we were kids, we would enjoy ourselves, but now it's a lot serious of a matter out here. A good run from the right, and somehow or the other missed out to Mustafa Sheikh. And now coming all the way from the left, this can be an opportunity. Taking their time. One step at a time. Nicely set up onto the right. A good ball forward, but then intercepted again. They will have to be a lot more clinical when it comes to releasing the forward passes. That should be a free kick. The referee also going to play the advantage. There was a player right next to him of his team only. It looks like we will have a bit of hold up. And once again, it is the same man who's gone down. That is Joseph Hauke. 63 minutes on the clock. Still a long way to go from the finishing line. And so far, well, another substitution that we can see on the ground already, and that is Shlok Tiwari has been introduced into the mix. And it's going to be Rohan Kamble with the free kick. Rohan launches it forward. Not the best of clearances there from Mustafa. Mustafa wins the ball back, but not cleanly enough. The referee laying down the law once again. Free kick again for SESA. And these moves eventually work out the wonders. And there's a confirmation of the change. Chetan Dabolkar was pretty active in the first half. I've been kind of reticent so far in the second. And the coach, Charles Ador Diaz, knows they'll need someone a lot more active. There comes another free kick. And Vansh, he lets the ball slip from his grasp. And that is going to be a corner here for SESA. And a sudden surge in pressure, which means the Garhwal Heroes, they will have to be careful here. They cannot just let their guards down. This can be tricky. Sends in a pretty flatter corner. Could have been a better one. That was the third corner of the day for SESA Football Academy. Throw in for them. 5 corners so far. Garhwal Heroes had a couple of them, and now SESA having 3. Short pass and another cross in the box headed to safety. They'll need to show a bit more courage to penetrate, because right now the penetration has been kind of zero out here. Another fine ball forward and a bit of a heated exchange. Now here they come from the right and will go out. It's going to be a throw in now for SESA Football Academy. They'll take that quickly. That's a poor giveaway from Rohan Kamble. I mean, you've done so well. You've created a chance for yourself. And then in such a rush, what you do is you end up miscuing the pass big enough. And now coming all the way from the right. That will go out of play. That's going to be a throw-in at this point in time. Quickly taken, brought down nicely enough. Akash from the left releases Beckham Singh. Beckham does well to get past the grasp of Mustafa. And then the resultant cross that came in. Again, it was a blend of a shot and a cross. And it eventually eluded everyone in the process. Goal kick now here for the Heroes. And with every passing minute, they will be imposing themselves in a much better, in a much clinical fashion. Lovely ball forward. And that's a long chase. Goes all the way back to the goalkeeper Vanch. And now their defense. And it kind of tells you that in the process of trying to hit SESA in the high pressing quotient. Oh, that's a cheap giveaway. Mustafa comes in all the way from the back. Lets the shot fly. And Rohan Camilo Gonkar parries that away. They're appealing for a penalty. But it won't be awarded. And that is where, being the captain of the side, you cannot afford to make errors like that. They're absolute howlers and they can be punished. And here's a chance for SESA Football Academy. That's a fine release on the left. Koksham Beckham Singh. Beckham goes in with a brilliant cross in the box. And somehow or the other, the SESA players have made a hash of affairs. What a delivery that was. Picture perfect. Shlok Tiwari, he should have done better. Point blank range, all he had to do was just nudge it home. And yet fails to connect. What a glorious chance goes begging. Referee blowing the whistle again. Going to be another free kick here for the Garhwal Heroes. And now with 20 minutes of game time remaining, you can expect that these teams they will be taking out a much more attacking brand of football. The Heroes under a bit of pressure now. Lacking numbers in the defense. SESA Football Academy back in control. And here they come through the center. A bit of a heavy touch, but yet manages to regain possession. Beckham Singh once again. Beckham releases Akash onto the left. Cross comes in from the left. Danger looming large. Here comes the shot, and Vanch with a brilliant save once again. A lovely bit of hand to it and a powerful one to deny what could have been that equalizer. And once again, Beckham Singh showing his class, showing control and showing his master finish inside the box. Another opportunity for SESA Football Academy to take a corner. And looks like another change is about to happen here for the Garhwal Heroes. They're all set to bring in Babua Singh. And Babua makes his way towards the center in place of Rohan Manar. They're all set for the corner. It's still raining out here in Goa. Bit of a tough time for the players as well. Here comes the corner. Quite a powerful one, in fact. And there comes a shot, a pretty scrappy one there, and looks like the referees has blown the whistle. What exactly did happen? Is it a spot kick? We're not sure. We'll try and confirm. Yeah, it looks like a penalty has been awarded actually. And what eventually was the situation? Try and show it to you. There you go. Possibly handball. Goes for the shot. Oh, that is a handball. That is clearly a handball. He had his hand stretched out from his body. And that is so not expected. And there's the confirmation of the change. Rohan Manar going out. Babwa Singh coming in. It's going to be Shlok Tiwari with the opportunity of drawing themselves back level in what has been a hyperactive contest in the second half already. And Milind Negi, it's good to see, is it Milind? Rather, Prananjay Singh, he's back on his feet. And it's a test for Vansh. Vansh Kaushal, he's being absolutely electric under the sticks. He's defended his fortress with everything in his arsenal. And here's a chance for him once again. Here's an opportunity for the big man, Shlok Tiwari. Can he fire it home? Can he get that all-important finish registered to his name? Here comes Shlok, and he will make no mistake. Veering the goalkeeper in a different direction. He's pegged it into the bottom right corner. A brilliant finish out there from Shlok Tiwari. A cool and composed spot kick to draw SESA Football Academy level. All the pressure, all the salvo and the gung-ho out there from SESA Football Academy has finally reaped handsome dividends. And now we are all back to square one once again here at the Jira Football Stadium. Both the teams back to that exact point where they started. And the referee blowing the whistle, awarding a free kick now in favour of the Garhwal Heroes. Not the cleanest of tackles, to be honest. Minutes of action remaining. 18 minutes. Are we going to witness some electric brand of football, the same intensity with which these teams have continued? Here comes a lovely ball onto the left there. However, that has been taken care of. SESA Football Academy. A bit of a miscued effort out there, and now can they regain possession? No, decent covering there from the Garhwal Heroes, and the Heroes now do well to climb through that central channel. Milind Negi. Milind releases it onto the far left now. And it is Mustafa Sheikh who's possibly come in place of Sonu Haldar. Mustafa lets one fly. Takes a deflection. Not the best of clearances either. And a bit of slip up. And that's kind of obvious now because the ground is slippery. It's raining consistently. So it's not going to be easy for the players. It is going to take a toll on them. It's going to slip a lot. It's going to leave them pretty scattered, is it? Well, just a quick clarification. Sonu Haldar still remains on the pitch. Another throw-in. He's just shuffled the flanks. Now he's coming from the right wing instead of that left that he was operating from in the first half. That's another long ball and a long chase as well for Shlok Tiwari. He's a towering contender. Made hash of a brilliant, a glorious chance in the last match. Almost the entire goal gaping even a few moments ago. He should have punished that. What a brilliant opportunity came his way. Couldn't really capitalize. And he's redeemed himself And it's going to be a water break before we arrive in the final 15 minutes of this contest. And as things stand right now, SESA and Garhwal Heroes, they have the scoreline 1-1. Despite all the rain and everything, I think at the end of the day, we also need to understand the players. They were not just braving heat, but right now with the rain coming in, it's slightly on the cooler side. But the problem is something different. The problem is that now they have to exert themselves a lot more because they are kind of battling the rain as well, and it's not easy. It takes a lot of power, it takes a lot of intensity to continue under pouring rain because, again, this is professional football. So it doesn't really work like things used to be back when we were kids. It's entirely different now. Nice ball. Shlok Tiwani brings it down, but the flag's gone up. And Garhwal Heroes coming all the way from the right, from the left rather. Danger still not over. It keeps on lurking around. On from the right here. And that's an effort to try and leave the opposition in a bit of a daze altogether, but collected comfortably enough. No real challenges. And there you go, Miran Francis Pereira. He's had a busy day in office, and now SESA. They may have a bit of opening space ahead of them going forward. Omkar Shadgaonkar plays it to the left. Beckham Singh goes for that cross, but that has been repelled away. Throw in favor of SESA. Quickly taken. He fails to keep that in contention. Fine bit of touch. Good work done by Rohan Kamble. And the flag's gone up, so Beckham Singh, he will have to return empty-handed from what looked like a positive move there. Another long ball. But didn't really find the one intended for. This can be a bit of an opening out here for SESA Football Academy, and now they are testing the Heroes' defense. Beckham Singh. Beckham knits it to perfection out there for Akash. Akash sends in a long cross. Akash Kudnekar could have done better than that. However, falls back for SESA again. And SESA from the right. Good staunch clearance coming in from the Heroes. Back with SESA. And the flag has gone up, no questions asked. 56% ball possession for SESA Football Academy. The Heroes with 46. The second half has been a pretty balanced contest between both the sides, but SESA, they've done better than what they've done in the first half. Cross floats in from the right, and an overhead kick attempted but not taken, not executed. Sonu Haldar. Sonu releases Mustafa Sheikh onto the left, and once again decent work done by Ruanul Camilo Bonkar. Still 12 minutes of regulation time remaining in this contest. It's a fine ball. There's a run for Garhwal Heroes to clear their lines, and they do that without much of a problem, without much of a fuss. And a bit of a cheeky attempt there coming in from Joseph Haukip. Melan Negi. Melan to Sonu. Sona was guarded by three players, and the pushes continue. That's a fine release on the left. Mustafa Sheikh once again. Mustafa Sheikh looking for space. He's off one of his teammates, and unfortunately, it wasn't the best of passes. And here's another forward release. Shlok Tiwari trying to control that ball. Looks like the free kick has gone against him. The Heroes quickly restarting the game out here. Taking their time. 10 minutes of regulation time to go, and whatsoever will be added on. Mustafa Sheikh with a long cross intended for the player on the far right, but then it was a bit too overpowered. It went out of play quickly enough. Took a header along the way, and the rain is now getting harder and harder here in Goa, and it's a corner. There comes the corner! Roanel Camilo Gonkar. He came dashing out of his line, couldn't really collect that clean enough. The rebound falling at the feet of the Heroes out there. In fact, it was Mustafa Sheikh with the rebound, could have done better, but truth be told, Roanel Camilo Gonkar, he made an entire hash of affairs out there. Should have done much better. Completely misjudged the line of the ball, and now from the left, Akash Kudnikar releases Beckham Singh. Beckham taking his time. And now Beckham starting to feel the pressure. That's a push from Sonu Haldar. The referee says it's absolutely fine. And in fact, it was a very weak push. In football, which is a body contact game, which we always say this, pushes like these won't really budge the referee. You need to have something concrete, something substantial enough. Oh, that's a lovely release forward. And the defender putting in a sliding tackle. Danger's not over. Here comes another cross. And that's a brilliant save again. The woodwork protecting the Heroes at the first go. And then the rebound before it could fall to any of the SESA players. Bunch keeping a keen eye on proceedings. That was a cliffhanger moment in the box. Let's take a look. A lovely header, and Bunch actually was the one who pulled off that save in the first go as well. The ball rattling the woodwork, coming back to him, and then he collected that cleanly enough. But what a chance here. SESA Football Academy now looking a lot more menacing. They have unleashed that monster in that side. They have unleashed that unstoppable juggernaut that they are. But can they find the back of the net here? Can they get that second goal that can help them to log all 3 points out here? That is the question mark. Because if they can secure 3 points, that is when they will only be able to leapfrog the Garhwal Heroes and come in close contention with Kerala United, with the goals just creating the difference between them. But if they log a draw out here, it won't make any difference for any of these two sides in the points table. And Kerala United will be the happiest if this game is a draw, because that will allow them to sit comfortably in the second position like they were. And the yellow card shown out here once again. This time the man at the receiving end of the booking is Prananjay Singh, and a free kick here for SESA. SESA releases that quickly enough, and the referee says, hold on, I haven't yet blown the whistle. You'll have to retake that. Rohan Kamble with the free kick. Rohan sends it towards the far post. Trouble brewing, and the flag's gone up again. I mean, in the second half, the change that SESA has done, instead of just blindly defending, instead of relying on those crappy deliveries, they have controlled themselves. They have controlled the passes. They have controlled the shots that could come. And more importantly, they have shown the audacity of going forward in numbers. That is exactly what has created all the difference here. And Garhwal Heroes, they have found a few opportunities coming their way, but again, they couldn't really utilize that. If you're unable to utilize your opportunities, then it makes no sense because eventually it is goals that create all the significant difference out here. Not a fine ball, but taken care of. SESA Football Academy trying desperately to keep possession under control, but the Heroes may have a bit of a smiling chance. Mustafa Sheikh with a gilt-edged delivery in the box there, and the player who it was intended for, he slipped. And as a result, ball didn't really bother them much enough. Now coming all the way from the right, another cross, but that has been taken care of. And now knocking on the door slowly and steadily, SESA Football Academy. They wanted to get hold of proceedings, but then Garhwal Heroes, with a decent bit of defending, possession falls back to SESA. SESA taking their time, gently chips it forward. Again intercepted. Back at SESA. Steers it towards the defensive half. And now here they come. There's an opportunity from the left. Tokchom Beckham Singh. Beckham releases it forward. And a lovely bit of interception there from Sonu Haldar, who was dropped extremely deep, now assisting in his team's defense. And that just tells you that how invested, how he has imposed himself in this game here. Sonu Haldar, the man who scored that opening goal of the game for Garhwal Heroes, took a sharp deflection along the way, but that strike, that was a mind-boggling one. And a change loading here for SESA Football Academy. Savlin Fernandez will be going out and he will be replaced by Sankalp Kankaukar. Sankalp was also pretty decent in the last game, came on as a substitute in fact. Can he have an impact in this game? Bit of defending to do, and it's going to be a throw in here in favor of SESA Football Academy. And the Shlok Tiwari once again is not able to catch the grip out there. And that will be taken out for another throw-in. So another opportunity. Akash Kudnekar this time is going to go forward with the throw. Plays it slightly far, and a lovely bit of work out there. Cross comes in from the left. Omkar Shetgaonkar was the one present. Another corner for SESA Football Academy, and it's going to be Beckham Singh. They got to spare a thought for the players. They've braved overwhelming odds, and they've braved this pouring rain. Here comes the cross. Comes the corner, rather. That was the fifth corner of the evening. We're almost about 3 minutes, 2.5 minutes away from regulation time. And once again, Vansh Kaushal. If you have to ask me, player of the match, I'll definitely go with Vansh Kaushal. He's been an absolute guard, a relentless guard under the stakes. Once again, corner floated in the mix, and Vansh does the honor. Shot comes in, and Vansh once again pulls off a very crucial save. What a man he has been. An unstoppable force, an unbreakable, unbreachable fortress under the stakes. His vision was obstructed by Shlok Tiwari, but still one glimpse at the ball and he reacts. That's the kind of reflexes that you want. An absolute hero here for the Garhwal Heroes, or they would have already conceded by now, and not once but almost twice or thrice. It has been due to Vansh's superlative goalkeeping, and here's another opportunity. Now coming in from the left, a numerical superiority in favor of SESA Football Academy, and how did they miss that? How did they miss that? They are now fighting amongst themselves. Shlok Tiwari saying that you could have had a better delivery, but believe me, that delivery was impeccable. You do not find a better delivery than that. Take a look at the release of the ball. And the captain, Sandeep Patra. It went through everyone. Would you believe that this was the moment, and now the tempers are flaring out here. A bit of a heated exchange. Prananjay Singh doesn't really look happy, and one of the players have gone down. Ripin Haldar, he's had a busy game today, but he's handled the situations brilliantly, and it looks like a yellow card has been shown. And I think Bofang is trying to say that there was an elbow as well. Is it going to be a corner or is it going to be a free kick? In fact, Miran Francis Pereira as well has been shown a yellow card, and it's a corner. Floated in the box, Vansh Kaushal! One mistake! And he will pay the price! That is how cruel football can be! As SESA Football Academy has secured the lead with the extra time remaining on the clock. That's a heartbreak. And for more than anyone, it's a heartbreak for Vansh. A man who has time and time defended his team. Fails to collect that, the ball rattling the woodwork, falls into the stride of none other than Sankalp Kankaukar, the substitute. And Sankalp made no mistake. All he had to do was head home the delivery. And it was pegged into the back of the net with precision. 91 minutes on the clock. Vansh Tiwari, you've got to feel, Vansh Kaushal, you've got to feel for this guy. 7 minutes of additional time, so there's still time for the Heroes to try and equalize. Sankalp Kankaukar, the man who came on as a substitute a few minutes ago, has had an impact already. And now with the ground being slippery. A bit of a push out there. The referee once again, this time getting the card out. And this can be trouble. It's a yellow card for Rishi. And Rishi was already booked. Yes, he will have to go out. Further trouble for the Heroes. The troubles keep on mounting here for SESA. Well, that clearly was a foul. He's got his elbow extended. You cannot do that because that's an intentional foul. As simple as that. You meant to just thwart the player, and I think Rishi, he should have been careful. He was already on the booking out there. And more importantly, now, for the last 4 minutes, they will play with 10 men, wherein they need goals. Beckham Singh is the man who's down, and more importantly, they've also got a free kick at a pretty decent juncture. The referee has instructed him to move out of the ground, which means trouble. Further trouble keeps on brewing now for the Heroes. I think this is what happens. That is why they say football. In football, you always need your guards up high. Went for a split second, and now the game may get physical. Tempers may flare. You can clearly see the Heroes showing a bit of disagreement, a bit disconcord, a bit of discord, apologies. And now, can the Heroes find the equalizer? Coming in from the left. That will go out if play. Throw in for SESA. SESA will try and keep the ball as far away as they can from their goal. The rain has stopped, but the ground still slippery enough. And the SESA footballers, I mean, you can understand now. At this point in time, you will see a lot of those. Every single second that they can steal, it's going to be a bonus for them. Goes without saying. Here comes the throw. And Shlok Tiwari just trying to disrupt them slightly. Vansh Kaushal, he's had a brilliant game, but just one moment, one slip up, and football can really be punishing and unforgiving. And being a goalkeeper, it's not really easy, to be honest. They won't remember all the saves that you have made. And I think now, SESA Football Academy, they will be happy. I mean, again, still nothing to bother for Kerala United because of that goal difference. They have a +3 goal difference, and Kerala United, they have a goal difference of Kerala has a goal difference of +3, wherein SESA Football Academy, they have a goal difference of +1. So Kerala United definitely have the upper hand. But the problem is something different, and the problem is the number of matches. Very good defending, a gigantic leap there. All the way from the right, another cross in the box, trying to keep that in. Should have squared off for his teammate there, but sadly enough ended up skying it. And they are so not done, they are so not acceptable. You really need to keep yourself calm. And yes, talking about the points table again, I think Kerala United will also have a match to go on the last day. That means if they are able to win this, then SESA Football Academy will be under pressure. They will have to win their last game as well. 97 minutes have been exhausted. And now from the left, trying to open up proceedings. Bit of a foul play involved, and the referee will show the card as well. It's going to be a yellow card. We'll quickly confirm who's the one who has been shown the card. Another long free kick taken in the last 20-25 odd minutes. I think the heroes completely switched off, and that is what allowed SESA may be on the way forward, may even find another goal here and make it 3-1. Shlok Tiwari from the right, and the flag has gone up. We are in the last few seconds of this game, possibly the last roll of the dice. And not the best of efforts out there. That has been taken out for a throw-in. Garhwal heroes still pushing as hard as they can. Here comes the throw. And now a throw from a much closer quarter towards the penalty box. Decent outside dodge, and the cross as well. And the referee has blown the whistle, which means that is it. That is how we'll come to the end of what has been a brilliant battle. A battle that definitely deserved the best from both the sides. And at the end of it all, despite Sonu Haldar securing the lead for Garhwal Heroes, SESA Football Academy will be walking away with the bragging rights. Shlok Tiwari scoring in the 72nd minute, restoring parity from the spot, and then Sankalp Sandeep Kankankar, the hero for SESA Football Academy. One moment of madness, and he took that with arms wide open. A brilliant finish, to say the least, and a tremendous work done. That's what you really love to see time and time again, and that is exactly the case. Exceptional football from both ends. But at the end of the day, as they say that when you play a game like this, you win some, you lose some. And that's exactly what has happened out here. A quick look at the highlights of the second. A quick look at the highlights of the match. That was the first goal. Sonu Haldar took a deflection along the way and went into the back of the net. And since then, it was a tough task. It was a tough ask as well. They kept on fighting, and they kept on fighting as much as they could. One chance after the other, and one mistake from Vansh, the man who has been a hero like none other, the man who has been an absolute warrior altogether. And they paid the price. And all the relentless efforts, that is when the red card was shown towards Rishi. He was already on a booking, and he went for the tackle. And as a result, paid a very hefty price. That is all from today's encounter. We'll quickly take a look at the stats. 55% ball possession for SESA, 45 for Garhwal Heroes, 12 shots on target, 12 shots from SESA, 7 on target, 12 from Garhwal Heroes as well, shots, and 4 on target, 3 saves from SESA, 5 of them from Vansh, and 8 corners for SESA, 3 of them for Garhwal Heroes Football Club, 4 fouls for SESA, and 11 of them, which eventually resulted in a red card as well. And these stats are powered to you by Sports KPI. And that is that from today's fixtures. The full-time score, SESA Football Academy 2, Garhwal Heroes 1. And at the end of it all, the upcoming fixtures, which is going to be on 11th, Garhwal Heroes will lock horns with Kerala United, and Dalbir Football Academy will have a clash against SESA Football Academy to eventually figure out the fate of the teams qualifying for the next round. That is all from today's game. We'll now sign out. And thank you everyone for joining in, and thank you everyone for being such a wonderful audience.